As a car enthusiast, my passion has always leaned towards JDM cars, and with Japanese car culture comes drifting. After all, its roots are deeply ingrained in Japan, and it's nearly impossible to think about drifting without thinking of the iconic Nissan 240SX. Despite my long-standing love for JDM cars, it wasn't until about 2.5 years ago that I had a chance to drive a Nissan 240SX for the first time. It was an RB25 powered S14, making around 400 horsepower to the wheels. Having always loved the looks of the 240SX chassis, it only took me an afternoon behind the wheel of this one to know that I needed my own. Fast forward a week, and I was bringing home a 1995 S14 shell and formulating a plan to build it into a worthy drift car to learn how to drift with. As with most projects, one thing led to another, and I went deep down the rabbit hole on this build. And when I say deep, I mean deep down the rabbit hole. Over the course of the next year, we gutted the interior and installed a full cage in the car. We picked up a 2JZ GTE engine, a CD009 transmission, had a big single turbo setup fabricated for the car, and the list goes on and on. Having already spent way too much time and money on the car with no real end in sight, I quickly started to realize I had lost track of why I originally bought the car, to learn how to drift. At this point, I decided to cut my losses and part out the project to pick up a Nissan 350Z. The 350Z has always been known for being an incredibly capable drift car in stock form and had been gaining popularity in the drift world. There was already a tremendous amount of aftermarket support for the platform, and unlike my gutted and caged 240, it could be driven on the streets legally in California. And so the search for the perfect Z began. After months of scouring Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace for the perfect starting point for my build, making offers on a number of cars, I found the one. A 2005 Nissan 350Z base model with relatively low miles and mild modifications, leaving plenty of room for me to execute what I saw as the perfect vision for a reliable drift car. And so began my journey to create the reliable drift car and finally get out on the track. What's up, you guys? Welcome to the video. I've got the Z parked behind me. I hope you guys enjoyed that intro. As you just saw, we're going drifting for the first time. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous, but it's time to get some seat time and start learning how to drift. So I'm gonna go ahead and meet up with my buddy, and we're gonna head over to Evergreen Speedway. All right, boys, we made it up to Evergreen. I've got the Z parked up over here, a little pit space set up. We're gonna run the cars over to Tech. It's about, I think 10 o'clock right now. Track opens at 11, and there's maybe 15 cars here at the moment. So I think we're gonna get plenty of seat time today. It's definitely gonna be a good learning experience. So let's head over to Tech. All right, car passed Tech with flying colors. They just checked for the battery being tied down, saw a stock engine, good to go. Just had our driver's meeting. We're gonna head out on the course. My buddy Quinn's gonna hop in the car with me and give me some advice. So we're gonna head out there. What's up, boys? It's about 1 o'clock. I hadn't thrown a camera on the car up until now. I was just trying to get some seat time, feel the car out. I've literally never drifted before this. And I will say it's definitely harder than it looks, but it's so addicting. Like the moment you start to get it and you kind of moderately link something, you're just like, oh my God, I want to do it the next time. So I'm hooked for sure. I'm thrilled on the purchase of the Z. This was definitely the move. The temperatures have been staying perfect the whole time. Oil pressure is great. I'm having a blast, but I threw a GoPro in the car, so I'll take you guys along for the ride. It's not gonna be pretty, but if anything, I just wanna be able to see my progress down the road when I'm looking back a year from now. So let's get it. Alright guys, I'm not sure how much footage I got to actually drifting today. All I could get was stuff on the GoPro, so I was putting the GoPro all over different angles of the car. And like I said, it's probably not anything super exciting to watch. I more so wanted just so I can see my progress in the future. But I had an absolute blast. We got almost a whole day in without it raining, and I got a few laps in the rain just to get a feel for that. But overall, I'm totally hooked. It's unbelievably fun. Having a car like the Z that just runs and drives and has no problems. I literally didn't have to check anything all day. Temperatures were good. Is the way to go. So I'm gonna get heading home. I'll wrap up the video with you guys when I get home, but today was really awesome. I'll definitely be back soon. All right, it is a couple days later. I've got the Z behind me. Like I said, I just wanted to wrap up this video. There's a couple things on the Z that I wanted to address just from what I learned being out on the track the first day. Let you guys know what's coming for the Z, and then we'll wrap this thing up real quick. Okay, so first and foremost, the car currently has 18 by 10.5s on the front and the rear with 265s. It's a square setup. So the issue that we're running into here is that I noticed multiple times on the track I was running out of angle. With this current setup, there's no way we can add more angle without it rubbing. What's up, dude? Russell. So yeah, like I was saying, we're gonna run out of angle up front here. So I would like to switch these out. Also, the 265 is just, I mean, while it does slide and I can spin the tires, it's gonna be more cost effective, one, to go to a smaller tire, and I'm also gonna be able to spin it a little bit easier. So overall, we definitely wanna go to a smaller wheel and tire setup. So I do already have a GK Tech angle kit that's gonna go on this car, but I don't wanna throw it on there and then have serious rubbing problems. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these wheels off the car, take some pictures of them, try to get these sold so I can replace them. I'm thinking at this point I wanna go with a square setup on the car again, just with a little bit smaller width, something like an 18 by 9.5. That way that if something happens to one of the front wheels, I'll have spares that I can throw on. So I think that's the move, go with a little bit smaller tire, be more cost effective when we're out there drifting, and allow for the angle that we're looking for. So that's definitely coming up. So the other issue that I noticed with this car comes with the coilovers. So the coilovers were on the car when I bought it, and as far as I'm told, they were made by Fortunato for a different company, and they've got 14K springs all around. So I could just swap the springs out a little bit and go a little softer. The issue that we were running into is the car really felt like it was skating as I threw it, you know, between drifts or started to initiate. And we want a little bit more body roll on the car to allow for a little more squat, to allow a more predictable grip pattern, I guess. So I'm thinking about swapping those out. We've had really good luck with the KWs on the WRX, and we do have a relationship that we can get a hookup on those coilovers. So I might throw a set of those on the car, but like I said, coilovers, wheels, angle, and we're gonna be good to go. I'm gonna keep this car stock power, enjoy it. I love being able to go out to the track and have no issues. That's what I bought this car for. That's why I sold the S14 to begin with. And we're gonna stick to that. Just make sure this car is super reliable and make sure that we get the most out of our track days. But like I said, I had a blast. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. There's definitely more drift videos to come, and I cannot wait to continue to progress. But at the end of the day, it's all about having fun. I had a blast out there. I can't wait to get back out there with more friends and enjoy the weather as it gets nicer. But it's definitely gonna be a fun adventure learning to drift with this car. But until next time, peace out. I'll see you guys soon.